Welcome back, gang. Okay, today we're going to be working on the welcome dot view, which right now it just looks like it's just the main Laravel page. So what we're going to do first is do what I want to do is I want to remove, first of all, the font that came with the default because we're not going to be using that. We don't need that anymore. The next thing I want to do is add, I want to change this to social network. So that will be our default fallback. The other thing that I want to do is, with the installation that we did in the first setup video, which was the previous video, we ran the jet command with the Laravel installation, and what it did was it automatically did a storage link. It ran that command so that all of our storage files are now just already linked to our public file. So what I want to do is add a couple of photos, and the only ones that I need right now are this one. I want to put it in a folder. We'll call it images, and then we'll transfer over. These are the ones that I want to use. So this will be one, and the next one is gonna be the favicon, as I want to change that one too. And I'll go ahead and just add that here. I'm gonna add it here, but I'm also going to add it in our public file and override the original, the one that came with the install. So we'll copy that one and then we'll paste it in here. Rename favicon ico. Oh, won't let me. Okay, so then I'll just go ahead and delete this one because we won't be needing this. And change the name to favicon. So what that will do is just go ahead and change our logo up here to the new icon font, the icon image. Okay, that's done. And that should be all for now. I don't think we need any other pictures just yet. We'll add them as we go along. Okay, so that's done. That's done. And that's done. So now let's take a look at our welcome.view, which is here. Let's see, what do I want to take out? Okay, we can take out this whole thing. We don't need any of that. So get rid of that. We also don't need any of the styling from there, so that can go. And this stuff will keep, because we need that for our login and register routes. But I am going to change some of the styling. So let's see what it looks like now. Okay, great. And now the login page is up there. The links are up top still, but everything else is gone. Okay, perfect. Now this I want to change to, for now, let me just go ahead and comment this out. And then we'll just pull it out as we need it. We'll pull what we need from it. So we'll start with class of flex, class of justify around. I've already done this styling obviously from the first video, so we already know what we want. Items, center, BG gray 100, and the minimum min height screen. Okay. So now we want a div, and we want to put that first image, and the source will be we'll put a colon here because it's going to be a direct link to our storage file. So storage images chatty icon 8.png, and for the alt I'm just gonna put social network. Okay. The next class that I want, let's see what that looks like. Make sure it's the image is coming through. Okay, great. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is add another class, another div, and it's going to be h1. The class is text for XL. Again, these are just Tailwind classes, utility classes, and it's going to be font semi bold. Okay, and it's going to be social network. Is there an error? No error. Okay. Maybe it didn't. Okay, now it compiled. So refresh that. Close that. There we go. Okay. So now, what's next? So now what I want to do is start pulling out some of these files that were already, the links that were already in here. So let's see. H1, and we'll put another div here, and it'll be bf can login. Class will be flex justify center, and then we'll do a space x6 and a margin top of 5. Okay, that's good. Let's see, what was the can log in. Okay, so we'll do inertia link. And we'll put v if page.props.user. And these are coming from inertia. These are the page props that we're getting. This is coming from these props It's being pulled from the app.js. The pages, page prop, that's where we're getting those properties from. Okay, inertia link. And I want to put the href equals, we'll just leave it here for now because we haven't set up that page yet. And then the class will be for this link, class equals text large, text gray dash 700 and underline. So as you can see, the utility classes are really, they're just very straightforward. Dashboard. Okay, let's take a look at that and see, make sure it compiles down. Okay, take a look and see, make sure that's up there. Or make sure rather that it's not, because it's if we're logged in and we're not logged in yet. Okay, good. Okay. If. Okay, and then it'll be template. And then it'll be, this one will be a VLs. And it'll be inertia link. And then I want to use, these are Emmet classes, href. Sorry, hang on. Colon href equals route. I think this should work. Login. No, I guess not. Okay, let's try it like this. href. Did that work? Yeah, it did. Okay, so now let's try this again. Colon route. And the root, it's login. Okay, login, and then the text will actually be login. And let's make sure that that's in there. Okay, great. So now let's give this some classes. Class equals text white, BG gray 800, rounded PX 3, PY 1. Hover state will be BG gray 500. Okay. Let's just make sure that that took. Okay, great. We have our hover state as well. Fantastic. Okay. So that's login. So now the next one we want to put, it's inertia link. and this one will be VF can register, and then we'll put href equals route, and the route name, it's register. Okay, and then let's go ahead and add some classes to that. Text white, what, oh, sorry about that. White, BG gray 800, rounded, PX 3, PY 1, and then hover, BG gray 500. What we'll be doing later too is these are the only buttons that look like this, but we're going to extract some of these button style links and buttons into their own components a little bit later, but just so you know what we're doing. And this one will be register. Okay. And the last thing that I want to put is right here. I want to put a p tag with a class of mt 10, and this is going to say, right now I'm going to put 200. We'll hard code it for now, but we'll change it once we get the controller set up. Active members. Okay, so let's take a look at that and see what it looks like. I think I can center this a bit. Let me take a look. Let's try putting it up here and refreshing and seeing what that looks like. Nope. Okay, let's just go ahead and look at the inspection tools and see. So I want it to be a little bit more centered. Just try this here and see if it straightens it out. Yeah, that's cool. I'm cool with that. So we'll put that in the right here, class text center. Okay, so now that those are done, we don't need these anymore. We'll delete that. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is this route is in our web route, which it's right here, but I want to extract it into a controller and take it out of here. We don't really need it here. So why don't we open up a new terminal, and I want to call this one welcome controller. We'll just make a whole new controller for it. Okay, PHP artisan make controller, and we'll call this welcome controller. And I'll make this a resource. It doesn't need to be, but we're gonna try to stick with the routing is like I guess conventional, just in case. I like to keep things organized, and it's better for me to remember how things work, to keep things consistent across the board. Okay, so that's up there. So now we're gonna put, I guess I can put it in the show method. I needed that route. So let's just grab this from here. The whole thing. And in the welcome controller, we don't need that, but here we can put this. Okay, so now we can import inertia. We'll just import everything. I think that's fine. Routing, which one is it? Let's see. The facade. So import all classes. So that's not showing up, but that's okay. We'll just copy these and bring them in ourselves. Application and route. Okay, cool. So now we have a route. Let's clean this up a little bit. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so now here we can get rid of this and put route get route get slash, because that's the only thing we need. And Laravel 8 has a new way of, well, not a new way, but they've made a new standard in how they want you to import your classes. Class, and then it'll be show. And then here we'll just name it welcome. Okay, so I don't think we need this anymore. We don't need this anymore. And let's make sure the route still works. Too few arguments to function. Let's see what the route is. What the error is. Show 0 passed in. Localhost to welcome show method. Oh, I know what that is. That's because in the show method we didn't erase this. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, great. No error. We are all set. Okay, so the very last thing that I want to do is change this hard-coded 200 to the actual count. So how we can do that is to add a new property here. We'll call it users, and then we'll bring user, we'll use count, and we made sure to import it. I've got a plugin that helps with that, so it brought it in right to the top for us. Make sure you put that in there, don't forget, because you'll need to add it here in the prop section. So we can do users, and this will be a number. Okay, so now this one we can change to users. Okay, I can close this out and make sure it compiles, no errors. Come back over here, refresh. And there it is. One thing that I would like to add before we leave is to, if you have, if you get the Vue dev tool for your whatever browser you're using, I think you can find them pretty much anywhere, but definitely there's one for Chrome. The Vue dev tools, it'll tell you, it'll give you valuable information from your Vue, what's coming from your Vue. So as you can see here, the prop that we just added was users and it's 0. The other cool thing about it, when we're using it with Inertia, is that you get your information here. This is where all the other user information, the props, this is where it's coming through. So that was just a real quick, just an example that you could see. Okay, well, I think I'm going to end it here. The next episode, we will be working on authentication, so the register and login views. Okay, have a great day. See you then.